Convenience and technological wonder or robotic apocalyptic disaster. Have you ever wondered how our life will look in 2050? By 2050, artificial intelligence will be everywhere. AI-driven stores will allow you to purchase goods without cashiers or waiting lines. AI will diagnose and treat patients, manage transportation, and analyze massive quantities of data. AI chatbots and voice recognition systems will sound like and behave just like real people. Our reality is going to be digitalized as well. If you are tired of the real world, get prepared for the virtual one. Brain interface devices will become mainstream. By 2050, most VR headsets could include the option for a brain-computer interface to record users' electrical signals, enabling actions to be directed by merely thinking about them. What about the convenience of our lifestyle? You won't need a driver's license in 2050. Advantage is the change in lifestyle that self-driving vehicles will bring is no need for a driver. People will be free to choose whether to relax or be more productive as they travel a lot of free time, considering the amount of time spent in traffic. Another interesting improvement is the Hyperloop One project by Elon Musk. It aims to move the bulk of public transportation underground with the use of electromagnetic levitation at historic speeds of 310 kilometers per hour. This train presents the opportunity for a faster, cheaper, and cleaner mode of transportation. And if more people opt for it, then there will be even fewer traffic-related incidents. Automobiles will become driverless. As of now, Tesla vehicles already have autopilot features that achieve a Level 2 automation on the Society of Automotive Engineers Vehicle Automation ranking. Other companies such as Google have invested billions of dollars into self-driving technology. Currently, it's expected that fully autonomous Level 5 vehicles will roll out to consumers in the late to mid-2020 and become commonplace in the 2050. So by 2050, people will be hopping into cars with no steering wheel. Thousands of autonomous vans and semi-trucks will travel across country delivering packages and shipments with no human interaction drones. If you think that auto drive is the only way that machines are going to evolve, you are wrong. Be ready to share space with robots. In 2050, robots have the ability to master real-world environments and an increasingly diverse range of 3D objects. Although earlier robots were limited to fixed movements, this new generation of robots has more flexibility. They can adapt to new situations and solve more and more dynamic problems. They can learn from their experiences and share knowledge with each other because of wireless internet. These robots can identify objects, situations, and the actions that they should perform next. It creates a more human-like response. This is getting close to what people would consider artificial general intelligence. The most advanced robots are restricted to government, corporate, and research institutions, and the households of the rich and famous. Will robots look like real people? In addition to cognitive abilities, these more advanced robots have extremely lifelike appearances, facial expressions, and body language. Thanks to continuous emotional feedback from users and techniques, these robots almost look and act like real people. And as more information is provided to these robots, their body language and movements become more natural with each generation. 3D printed bones and new materials developed for more flexible skin and muscles, eyes and teeth help to make the humanoid robots appear as human as possible. Is it even possible that robots will have human characteristics? How will they function? Major tech companies have already launched official projects to develop the world's first artificial general intelligence. Billions of dollars are invested, and large full-time staff are dedicated to this effort. These highly complex projects are expected to be completed and become commonplace in 2050. The changes that are going to happen are causing us to have a self-aware AI that institutions can consult with to solve problems that were previously thought impossible. Another use case involves transferring copies of this AI to advanced humanoid robots that can handle a variety of situations in the real world. Dramatic changes are going to happen in vacation experiences as well. What about a honeymoon on the moon or family vacation on Mars? We face space exploration now. If there is one thing that has been mentioned as a mitigating option for our current environmental challenges, it's space exploration. Colonization companies like SpaceX and Blue Origin are set on revolutionizing space technology with goals of spatial exploration and ultimately enabling people to live on other planets in colonies. With all the strides already made by 2050, space tourism will also be a reality for those who can afford it. The possibilities for holiday destinations will expand to include places like Mars and the Moon. Unfortunately, a trip to orbit will be quite expensive, making it exclusive for the extremely wealthy at least. And if you are not financially ready for space trips, because you are saving money for medical issues, you should know that organ donors won't be needed in 2050. We will use 3D printers for that. By 2050, 3D printing will be used to construct living biological systems. Layer after layer of cells could be created from printer heads and placed exactly where they're needed with microscopic precision. Initially, they'll construct simple components like blood vessels and tissues. Next, they will begin to print relatively simple organs. In the coming decades, they could eventually print the majority of the 78 organs in the human body. Changes will be even in our diets, as technological progress won't pass by the way we consume and produce food. Are you ready for the fake meat? By 2050, our food consumption will be wildly different, mostly due to meat livestock contributing to 15% of human greenhouse gas emissions and using 26% of the Earth's land. To feed our growing population while lowering emissions, we must move away from meat production. With this, our meat alternatives companies like Beyond Meat and Impossible Foods have obtained billion-dollar valuations supplying the rapidly growing meat alternatives market. In addition, plant-based diets as a whole are growing in popularity. Then there is cultured meat. Cultured meat is meat produced by in vitro cell culture. It avoids the slaughtering of animals and produces very minimal emissions. By 2050, we will likely have in vitro T-bone steaks produced for the masses. To meet the demand for increased plants in the growing population, while escaping the uncertainty of the changing climate, farms will move indoors vertical and into cities. The vertical farming market is exploding. By 2050, there will be large-scale vertical farms all around the world feeding the growing population while using very little land and water.